The 35mm is extremely popular, and everyone loves the 35. Okay, probably not everyone, but it is a very useful focal length, especially in street photography. And I think there are a couple reasons for it. Whenever I pick up the 35, it feels comfortable, even though human vision is more technically aligned with the 50mm lens or even the 40. But a 35 does provide a similar perspective that's very close to it. Today's video is brought to you by me. Check out the latest collection of Lightroom presets to help you get the look you want with one click. The link is down in the description, and thank you so much for those of you who's been supporting this channel. I feel like the 35mm it's easier to learn because there's a lot of photos and films that we have seen that's produced with the 35mm. Therefore, when I'm taking photos with the 35mm, I can easily visualize what's gonna happen inside the frame without looking at the viewfinder. Obviously, if you have used a certain focal length for a very long time, you'll be able to visualize the shot before seeing it. But the 35 is faster to get familiar with compared to the other lens, in my opinion. I believe this is also why the 35mm becomes so popular. It's particularly easy to use with a natural feel for framing and focus. This versatile piece of equipment is great for travel, street photography, film, and a whole lot more. We're not gonna get the milk tea. It looks so ugly.
I know. Why does it not look like that?
I love the wide range of style I can get with the 35mm because it's not too tight. I have enough room to play around with the composition.
What's your sign?
What's what?
Your sign.
My sign? What sign? Zodiac?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Cancer. I have the option to utilize the surrounding environments to create a photo, and at the same time, if I want to really focus on my subject, I can still get it close enough and have some bokeh to bring out the subject.
I'm not used to that camera. There's no click sound.
I know, right? You're looking for that. The 35, it's got this great balance of focal point and context. Basically, it's wide enough to capture background elements, but close enough to shoot more intimate shots like portraits. I also don't have to worry about the 35 being too wide, to the point where it gets distortion. Most 35mm lenses manage to address many of the distortion issues found in wider focal length, while still capturing images with a shallow depth of field.
May I take a look? Is that possible on this camera?
Another advantage I see using the 35mm is that we get more in focus. Like with the 35, we can focus closer than, say, the 50mm lens. Man, weather's starting to get bad. And look at both of these abandoned buildings. Even though this one seems abandoned, the grass is actually like really well maintained. Like better than mine. Seems like someone's trying to get into it. The wider field of view allows for a deeper depth of field. By using the same settings on a 35mm lens compared to the 50, the 35 will give us a lot more space to get our subject sharp and in focus. And oftentimes I find this very useful whenever I'm using a wider focal length for my photo walk. Hey, how's it going?
Do you work over here? You can't take pictures with a camera over here.
Oh, I can't take photos here? Just the sign? No?
Not with a camera.
What about my phone? Is my phone okay?
Use your cell phone.
Oh, okay, but not like, it's just a compact camera. It's a compact camera, it's small.
Yeah, but still no cameras allowed.
No camera?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'll just use my phone then.
Okay.
Alright.
That'd be cool. I have one more question. Are you parking over here?
Yeah, I just stopped by for a little bit just to take photos because I thought this looks good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that okay? I'll just use my phone though.
Cell phone.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my cell phone.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Have a good one.
Okay.
yeah, I guess I have to use my phone. It's so windy today. Really gotta give it to those security people. They're doing their job exceptionally well today. I'm baffled. Can't believe she saw me with the camera. It's not even I'm not even using like my Canon right now. Like this Canon is huge. I was using my Fujifilm. I try to get away with saying that it's a compact camera, but obviously she didn't really, she didn't fall for it. She was like, just use your phone. See, photography, it's like a form of storytelling. But instead of writing it with pen and paper, we utilize light and moment. Shooting with the 35mm lens opened up the door to more context. We're able to provide a lot more information of the story, the moment that we capture. And we as photographers control the stories by choosing what to include inside the frame. And when we choose the 35 to tell our stories, oftentimes it forces us to get closer to the subject. We get to learn who they are, able to enter their bubble, like personal bubble, in order to tell the story effectively. If they feel comfortable with you, you'll know right away from how relaxed they look. And if they're not comfortable, it can create some tense images. And because you have to get close to your subject, when you go back and look at the photos, you'll feel like you're actually there. And no, I'm not advocating that you should just point your camera at people's face like this all the time and being super obnoxious. It's just that whenever you're really close to your subject, to the point where after you snap the photo and you go back and look at the photo, it'll feel like you're actually there at the moment with them. Instead of someone snapping photos of people using a huge telephoto lens from afar, like a paparazzi of some sort. Overall, I feel like the 35mm is a great first prime lens for all beginners out there. And for all of the people who's been shooting for a while, it's also really fun to just restrict yourself by using one 35mm lens for everything, like portrait, street photography, landscape, and just give it a try. Restrict yourself and try to create with what you have. It's just very natural and comfortable using a 35mm, and somehow it just feels right. What do you think about the 35mm lens? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like today's video, definitely check out this one as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you tomorrow.